Okay, so to the 412 guys, I know I've asked Christine to forward you the video that we've put across to our Josh Gen congregations, which hopefully will help you. I do think right now as leaders in God's house, we need to lead the people effectively forward so that we're not part of the problem, that we become part of the solution. You know, at the end of the day, one of the worst things that could happen is that we get blamed for spreading a virus across the country because we didn't honor what the president has asked for. And I think it's only right and fitting in this that we would work as fellow members of society to play our part. So please, if we could ask across the churches, if you would limit your meetings to less than 100 in South Africa. Obviously overseas, the situation may be different in your own scenarios. You've got to work that out according to your governments. But I did want to let you know that I think while we are doing this, and for many of us, we don't have the resources available, one of the things that I think the Lord wants to do in this time is to actually get a clear apostolic voice into the churches. And the wonderful thing is we have streaming available on Sundays from our Sunningdale venue, and I'm going to be trying to take the lion's share of those messages, which you could stream into your home groups, you could stream into your churches even, and ideally we're going to be trying to answer questions that will really help the saints navigate their way through the crisis that they're in, to try and have a good understanding of biblical faith versus presumptuous faith or fear, and try and help the saints find their way through as a people while getting a clear apostolic kind of call and voice into the churches. And so this is available to you if you'd want to use it. Christine will let you know everything that we have, and we're going to make that available to you guys so that ideally we can get information to the saints, get equipping to the saints, and that out of this time we'll be able to really see even a fresh wave of God as the DNA of the New Testament kingdom is born and birthed into the hearts of the people that we love and care for. And so I trust that this will end up being like one of Paul's letters that would really be able to come into the churches and minister into the churches. And we're going to be doing that certainly across our Josh Gen congregations for the next month, 4 weeks. And then after that, we're going to still be doing a lot of streaming, of making information available and resources available so that we can train and equip the churches with a new way of building until such time as we're through this crisis. Okay, so another thing I just thought it might be good to share with you guys is that obviously there's a lot of things happening across the country right now and internationally, which we're going to have to revisit in terms of how we do this, because it does seem that for most countries, travel is next to impossible now, and certainly big events are no-go across the world at the moment. And so in South Africa, we're looking at the Wildlife Conference. We'll be cancelling or postponing that for now. The European Conference, which is happening on the Isle of Man, we'll let you know very shortly about what we're going to be doing. The South African Conference in the 30th, we'll let you know by the 30th of April what we're doing with that. It's on pause at the moment. We might have to revisit how we would do that. And any outreaches that are happening over the next period of time, we're probably going to have to find creative ways of effectively getting apostolic voices into the churches and trying to equip and enthuse the saints into the big pictures of what God's doing. We're looking at things like video streams and possibly having smaller group meetings with leaders, if we can get leaders into the various contexts so that we can gather the elders together, much like Paul did with the Ephesian elders and other groups, and actually meeting just with the core leadership team and then trusting that that'll be assimilated back into the various forums. And also obviously through using video conferencing and live streaming and those kind of things. So we are looking at creative ways going forward. We will keep you in the loop, watch this space. I think it's going to be quite exciting. I think actually we may be able to put more resources in our hands because this is really going to ramp up how we do these kind of things. And I trust that they're going to be able to serve us as we serve the Lord in the nations of the world together. So I hope this helps you guys. If there are any questions, give us a shout. We are praying for you all. We are trusting God for actually a greater impetus, a greater move of God into the nations. But we as leaders need to be strong and courageous as we lead the people through this time. I did maybe just want to end with, I know some of you might have questions about faith and how does this all work. We will be answering these questions. We believe that we are acting in faith, believe that we have heard the Lord on a number of these areas as much as we can. And so just trying to navigate the way forward in such a way that we can best shepherd the people of God into health and into increase into the nations of the world. Bless you guys. We'll catch up with you guys somewhere soon in the nations.